Gratitude greetings. Yes, we're truly blessed. Align and Thrive show with Geetika and Sunny. Today's special guest is Satheesh Veliyath. I have become a big fan of him because he has contributed to Bharat. He builds the nation. A civil engineer turned realtor, and property investment advisor with a strong background in project and construction management. This sounds theory and me, but I'll tell you what all he has contributed in great projects like Bangalore Metro Rail, Sikkim Greenfield Airport, Asian Highway 48. I usually don't read introductions, but I just fell in love with these big projects and building firms like working with leading firms like Dilip Buildcon, Punj Lloyd, and CRE. Today, he guides all of us. His clients are making smart estate investment designs, decisions, and planning their long term goals. So I'm all smiling. Look forward to learning from you, Satish. Welcome.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Sanidhi.
I just tried my masala and the fact was given by you. So I'm very curious. I usually ask, hey, what is the secret of your smile? But I will not ask that. Now I'll say, how did you reach, those big projects? You must
Uh,
be very intelligent.
yeah, it was not my journey there hasn't been any kind of obstacles. So as soon as I passed out from my graduation, I got into my post graduation, and there I got placed. And fortunately, I got placed in to, um, to associate with very good projects. And I have been hopping since then from place to place. So it was a very good adventurous journey. But moving on, my heart, it was not something which my heart associated with. So now I think I am in the right place. So which I really want to do on a long-term basis. So I'm after all that experiences, maybe I came to the decision that this is what I really wanted to do. So I am here.
Yes, you are the son, you are the role model. All civil engineers are not successful.
Yes, yes,
All professionals are not successful in their careers.
yes.
What are top five things that made you reach there? To be chosen to work with those. So, hard skills, soft skills, values. What is so special about Satish?
I think the best way to explain that I would be calling myself as a team player. That is the best I could explain myself. Um, there are certain roles and responsibilities which I found very uh, not comfortable but engaging to work with, and that is where I put my time and effort. And I was not in a uh, like I'm not hungry for power. Usually, that is what you see in this field. Uh, now I completed executing one project. Let me become a project manager. Let me get into that higher roles. I was not at all fascinated by that getting on that corporate ladder and administering that kind of thing was not in my taste actually. So more and more as I worked for like 5 to 6 years in that field. I was, like I said, I was hopping from places to places. But ultimately, uh, there was a void that developed over time. And that is when I decided maybe, no, this is not the right thing for me. So I made the decision to step out from that.
Very, very nice. What are two things you love about Satish? Wow, Satish, you're a gem, man.
Uh, I think that's kind of a tricky question, but as per my circle, the people I know, like they always say that uh, like I'm the one who keeps up the bond, like keeps the group together. That kind of thing is something I get often commented with, and obviously I initiate things. That is something which I find that I would like to associate myself with. I would like to initiate a lot of things. Maybe as a I'm part of quite a few organizations as well. Like I'm part of BNI right now. So even there also I get the kind of appreciations that I initiate things. I take up roles and make sure that everything is in place to be that contributor where that connects everyone. That is the kind of feedback that I have been getting.
Awesome. What do you love about your parents?
I think that won't be enough to explain in one single call. They have been through thick and thin. They have supported every decision of mine. Like not like any traditional parents. Like obviously there were some times where no, maybe this is not right, but still they have supported every single decision of mine, and they have been that kind of pillar of support and emotional strength for me through every single decisions, the bad times, and every moment of my life. And I'm very much grateful to them. And I take this opportunity to thank them as well. I have never said that in face to face, but I would take this opportunity to convey my gratitude to them.
One life advice for all of us.
One life advice. I think I'm not very much qualified enough to give a life advice, but still, I think the best advice I got was give time. You need to give time for time as well. Like things might take place on a time frame which is not decided by us. Maybe it might take some time to shape up. So eventually, you need to manifest the right result that you want to envision yourself into, and maybe it might take some time to materialize. But be hopeful. That is a best way I can explain my story as well. Like I never lose my hope. That is something which I really appreciate about myself.
Very nice. And your success graph shows all of this. My next question is okay, all of us are watching you. You are a real estate and investment advisor, helping people grow, fulfill their dream house or dream project or dream properties. Yeah. So, what are two pieces of advice for that? Your 2 cents.
So basically, why I choose to become a property advisor is out of my experience as well. So, like to give a simple picture, uh, my dad basically he was settled in Hyderabad for like 40-45 years, and over time he made some lot of investments. And basically, like when you're putting some kind of X amount of money, you should be hopeful that yeah, this will fulfill my future milestones. Like when there a need arises, maybe I can sell it off, or maybe I can use it for some kind of purpose. But like in our case, when like important milestones came in, uh, we had to sell off everything. Like we have like I'm basically from Kerala, so we build our own property in Kerala, and obviously my sister's marriage and like this kind of important milestones came, everything vanished suddenly. Like we had to sell off everything, even retirement funds got vanished. So maybe initially in my like it's in instinct in every family that are you made some wrong decision, that kind of thing. Even we were in that situation. But upon introspection, I I came to know that maybe he didn't receive the right advice. Like that is the one hitting point which I wanted to be the advisor my father didn't have. Maybe that was the starting point of this uh, decision of to become a property advisor. So it is out of my, and I want to explore myself on if like even I have interacted with over 100 plus, and I made sure that I give a proper investment audit. Like, is this really needed for you? Means I'm not here to make commissions. I want to make sure that they're like they have some kind of short-term goals. Like if it is passive income that is they're aiming, I'll make sure that this is the maybe the right choice. If there is something like a long-term investment, let's say if they have a baby, 15 years down the line, they might grow and they might need some expenses into their education or maybe future, maybe marriage or something. So you need to set aside something which is it can be as minimal in that time, but maybe like the best investment on earth is always earth. So no matter how many new advancements came into the field of investments or this thing, but still ultimately it is earth is always considered the best investment. Like even if you, my big inspiration is of course Chanakya, like how he advised lot of kings, and based on his advice, many kingdoms flourished. So I want to be that kind of modern Chanakya, and I want to build a team who are similar to that. So that is something that drives me every single day. So uh, that is how I would. So I'm not a kind of a person like yeah, this is good. I might receive a good set of commission. No, that is not. There was instances where even like there was a particular. I'm just giving a simple example. Like uh, she was a manufacturing. She had a lady. She a very solid businesswoman, and she has her own manufacturing plant. And she said, "I want to invest in a property. I have 5 CR. Find me a good property." And I somehow in this particular location, and I made sure I found that. But upon understanding, maybe this is not the right fit for you. Just pause for a while. Because I understood the lifestyle of her. Maybe she wanted to spend more time with her business. Maybe she doesn't want to get into the hassles of maintenance or tenants or all that kind of thing. So I made sure maybe this is not the right fit for you. Let give me some more time. I'll make sure I'll find something else. So yeah, I'm getting money. That is not the goal which I'm after. I want to make sure that yeah, Satish, you gave me a good you suggested me a good property. Maybe in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years down the line, they still should have that uh, a sense of gratitude, maybe. Like that is what I am after. I am not after commissions. Like I should be there. That like it should not um, the property sale or something that that relation should not end with that transaction. Maybe I should have a lifelong um communication with them to make sure that everything is in place for them. Like I should not maybe let's say uh, a few years down the line, maybe uh, they have some important events where I need to they want to dispose their property. I want to be at the forefront to make sure that transaction happens for them. So that is uh, something I'm more passionate about. Yeah, that is how I
So,
see this profession.
so beautiful, Satish.
Thank you.
Everyone watching this episode is going to be moved with your values and they would want to work with you. So I now give all the baton to Geetika Dadwani. She's going to really ask you, okay, how about buying one lemon tree 5 star, 7 star property? Yes,
Yes.
Geetika.
Welcome, Satish, to Align and Thrive show. And I won't be asking any, too much. technicalities here, but yes, I would keep it general. Based on your journey, suppose someone who wants to start out as fresh or as a fresh beginner into this area, um, what would be the three golden points that you would like to suggest to them? Because I still think there is lack of, I think, awareness, although schools, institutions are teaching about it, but there's lack of experiential information that the people need at this point of time. So what are the three golden points that you want to suggest them?
In a simple way, let me explain this profession like in basically in India, like uh, there is no concept of property advisor, like which is on
Hmm.
a mass scale. Like generally, if you go into the market, there are a lot of real estate brokers. That is what you see basically.
Yes, yes.
And that is not a profession many would like to align with also, because it's a very shady profession. That is how it is usually. But when you see in the Western countries like US on like uh, a realtor is considered very respectable position. Like people take appointment. If there is a very highly qualified realtor, you need to take an appointment to meet them. That is a kind of respect they have, and that kind of respect is still maybe on a very minuscule level in India, basically, and it needs to change. And I came across one interesting video that I would like to share because, like, a real estate associate or an agent, like for example, for a family, if there is one, they put their all hard-earned investments into the property, which they aim, okay, which uh, they place their complete hopes on. Like maybe on someday it might help us in the as a gift for us. So at that time they will remember, like when that like there is a family emergency or something like that. I needed the X amount of money and I don't have anything. I don't have anything in my account. Maybe all I have left is this kind of a land or a plot or property that I have left. Let me sell it. And suddenly they realize that this investment, maybe it was not, it was very uh, not much thoughtful. Like somebody suggested, okay. But if that suggestion saves a family, that person, that realtor, that investment advisor will be considered as a god. So,
Yes.
like, I was definitely moved by that video. I would maybe uh, I would cite that example. Like, you are not something. You're not here to make profits, but you are shaping destinies or legacies of family. So that is one very important responsibility that you're taking. So that is how I see this profession is.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I agree with the point because land is something which is not only a transaction, but it is a long-term investment that people cherish and create memories and at the same time hold dear to themselves and for a long time. It's not only about the investment. I also believe that. So, let's say nowadays, there are other lucrative options as well. Let's say if not particularly if one is looking for to invest for land or go for, let's say specifically buying a house. How
Mhm.
do you see the trend of growing this real estate thing in the upcoming years? Why one should invest in property? Why one should, apart from if they need it or if they want to go for it, but how you are seeing the real estate kind of thing growing in the upcoming years? Next.
See, if you see the current scenario in the country right now, like you see how the tussles are going on with USA and all, and there is a high probability that many might come back. Means this is an speculation. I may not be true, but still, there is a lot of influx that is going on right now. Usually, after COVID, there was a kind of recession that a global recession that happened. But now globally, that recovery has happened. But India, it's still there is some time being taken because yeah, in India usually the every resolutions or it might take slow, like the kind of the processes that happen in the government sector. I don't want to go deep into it, but it might take some time. And especially when if you consider I'm from Hyderabad, even Hyderabad market is just recovering in a recovering phase right now, but it hasn't crashed, thankfully. So if anyone has to invest right now, I think you have to look the growing cities. It doesn't have to be the metros, but it can be. There are a lot of activities happening in many micro tier two cities as well, and you should never go by the hype. Like if you go to any city, there might be some very vibrant areas. No, this is where you need to eat, but you might need to shell out lot of amount to investor. But you need to find areas which are have potentials to grow in a long term basis. Like if there are some kind of infrastructure projects going on, so that gives a signal that this is maybe if I put so and so if my investment goes here 10 years or 5 years down the line, there might be some 5x growth or 10x growth or something like that. So that should be that knowledge is missing right now. Like
Yes.
many don't know where to invest. Like
Hmm.
traditionally, it has been like that. Yeah, my uncle took the property, so let me buy there. That is how it is traditionally. Like you go by word of mouth. Yeah, this is a good community. Let's invest there. But maybe it might be beneficial in some times, but it might become an economical trap as well. So
Yes.
you need to understand where the trend is going, where the growth is going. So, and that advice is something which is missing right now in many, especially in the investment sector. And a lot of advisors need to rise to who could really understand the pulse of the market and give the right investment advice to them.
Yes, yes. Yes, I agree with all the points that you shared, Satish, and thank you so much for enlightening us for your wonderful insights. And I'll now pass on to Saniji.
Yeah, one word answers with Satish. Love in one word.
Ah, unconditional.
Patriotism in one word.
I think it would be freedom,
Parents in one word.
gratitude,
Leadership in one word.
responsibility.
Investment in one word.
I think it would be again responsibility.
Real estate in one word.
Gold mine.
Your love for your profession in one word.
Hmm. This word responsibility is hitting me again and again, but I think that
Oh,
is
beautiful. Satish in one word.
guide.
Yes, you are truly a gem. More than your introduction, beyond your titles. It was a very, 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 very good time spent with you.
Thank you very
It
much.
was not like other interviews where we are bombarding, cracking great secrets. No, it was full of spiritual gems, a new definition of being a great realtor. It was a wider perspective for the nation, for the families, for the investors, for us. It was very beautiful being with you, and I understand whoever comes in contact with you, he feels the same. Thank you so much, Satish. We wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And in all your noble future selfless endeavors, you will make Bharat proud. Thank you.
It's a complete honor for me as well to be hosted by you too. And thank you very much. Gratitude.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Satish.